with another edition of Style Speaks. I have a very special guest with me today, but first, this is a glorious Saturday afternoon downtown DC, Farragut West, not too far from the White House. The White House is over there, you know. You know we are, young fella?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Lawrence, nice to see you, man.
It was a pleasure.
All right, I'm glad you took your time out this afternoon to come and talk to me.
Thank you for taking the time out to speak with me as well.
All right, I appreciate that. Well, definitely. I mean, I wouldn't have asked you to come if, you know, I didn't think you had anything to talk about.
I appreciate it.
Or didn't have at least a look to look at. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I pick quite specifically. But anyway, tell everybody what's your full name?
My name is Laurence Dell. I'm originally from Jamaica.
Okay, I detected a little bit of accent there.
Yes, sir. It's there. 100% Jamaican.
But I mean, yeah, definitely. But it's definitely more, you know, more Americanized a little bit. You know, it's not too thick.
It's something like that. I try to mask it as much as possible.
I got you. So how long you been in this area?
I've been in the DC metro area roughly, I would say, 6 years.
Okay, oh, that's a long time.
Yes.
That's a long time. Well, what brings you to DC?
Well, you know, I've been doing some research, and I think the job market here is a lot better versus a lot of areas. So, you know, in terms of the work that I think the DC metro area would be the best bet for me.
Ooh, what kind of work is that?
I'm a recruiting manager for government contracting.
Okay. So yeah, definitely DC is a good place for that.
Yeah.
Definitely a good place for that. Well, I think are you going to stay here a while? Are you planning on transitioning? Are you going to be here for a little bit?
I think I won't be here for a long time. I have no intention of leaving right now.
Okay, good. Well, we like to have you.
I appreciate it.
Well, you know, one of the reasons why I wanted to talk to you, well, predominantly one of the reasons why I selected you to be a part of this episode this month in June was to talk. And you know we talk style and fashion here at Style Speaks, and you look awful sharp today, I must say.
I appreciate it.
I like the ensemble there, bro. But obviously, and I think the way we kind of met, I mean, you were modeling in a fashion show,
yes.
And I was hosting my own red carpet event at this particular event. And so obviously you're a model.
Yes.
Right? So what got you started in that? Why modeling?
Well,
why fashion?
Well, fashion was always there. The modeling part came after. So regarding the modeling part of it, people always tell me to get into modeling in terms of the commercial print. I decided that, you know what, I will get into here eventually. Then this year I was like, you know what, let's give it a shot and see what happens. And I started putting myself out there. People started to reach out. I'm starting to make some connects. And I think it's been going well thus far.
Okay. So, I mean, it's been going well. So you're obviously kind of trying to promote yourself and solicit yourself as a model. I think we discussed a ways back that you wanted to maybe even pursue some acting and some other things. So it's kind of opening some doors in some other areas, right?
Yes, because I recently got a part in a play called Bleaching the Obamas that is playing this month, the 28th, in D.C. So it's opened a lot more doors, and people are starting to see me in terms of, you know, I'm very photogenic. I think I present myself well, so definitely it's been opening some doors for me.
Well, it sounds like people are kind of giving you a lot of positive feedback, and people are kind of saying, well, I think you should. You made a couple of references to what people's perceptions of you are. I mean, I haven't gotten that. Okay, was this something that you wanted to do? Did somebody recognize that talent or that instinct in you? Were you always a person who really cared about how he looked or what he had on?
Definitely. In terms of the fashion part, that was always there.
Okay.
Because growing up in Jamaica, like, you know, it's a staple where we try to look good when we go out. Even when we just, you know, hanging out in the day, we try to, you know, go home, take a shower, come out, put our clothes on, and try to look good. So the fashion part is always there as part of
You didn't always take a shower. Don't tell everybody that.
What? You know, in the island, because we have a lot of beaches down there. So
I'm
you
just
know,
teasing.
I know you are, but we have a lot of beaches, and it's hot.
Right.
It's hot, so definitely.
Right. You definitely gotta watch that phone call.
But that's a good way to put it. Yeah, definitely have to.
Okay, so I cut you off, but you go ahead.
Yeah, but so the fashion part was always there, and then, you know, over the years, people always said, you know, we should definitely get into the modeling part of it, because you dress well, you're always looking good, but why don't you use it in terms of something else? So I thought, you know what, I started to do my research, and I was like, you know, I'm too short. I will model. Nobody wanted to use me, so I was like, okay. And people are like, oh, there's a lot more versus just runway modeling. The fashion, your sprint, there's a lot more you can do. So I got into it, and, you know, it's been going good thus far.
That's interesting you say that, because I always say, I mean, I used to model too, and it's interesting interesting that there's perception when they get big in modeling is to do runway. And that's the first thing you think of when you want to be a model. But not everybody, you don't realize going in, is not everybody is not cut to be a runway model. But there's so many other aspects to modeling, like you said, print, catalog, and all kinds of things, because that's what I wanted to do, but I was too tall and too broad to be a runway model. So I said, oh, okay, well, I can't be a runway model. I don't want to do it. So, but although a lot of those options weren't really given to me, and I didn't know I could really probably try to get into catalog or other things. But I'm 6'5", I'm a little too tall, too big for all that at the time. But I mean, I was still, doing some fashion shows where they would feature, taller guys or whatever. But that's interesting you say that, because you do learn early on. It's like, okay, man, you're not quite tall enough, or you're too tall, or you're too broad, or you're too long, to do runway modeling. So it's always interesting to hear. So that was obviously something that you were always interested in, the whole fashion piece.
Oh, definitely. I love fashion. I like to. I'm not a type of fashion guy where I go with everybody's doing. I try to stand out. I try to do my part, and what works for me, I stick with. Some people will see what's going on. Oh, that's hot now. Let me jump on that.
Right.
I tend to sway away from that a little bit. I try to do me and try to stand out in what I'm doing.
Okay, so you're more of an individual when it comes to, you don't follow trends as much.
No.
And try to stick with what works for you. Well, if somebody was to, how do you categorize your look? I mean, what would you say is your staple? I mean, are you conservative dresser? Are you sporty? You casual? Eclectic? Elegant? I mean, how do you?
I have a variety of
label that.
I have a variety of different styles. I have my days when I go straight out. I'm wearing suits. Most of the time for work, I'm wearing suits and ties. So I have my time when I'm dressed down out of the urban look. I have my time that I'm doing casual, classy. So I have a variety of different styles. I don't just have myself stapled in one category. Say, okay, this is my look and that's it. No, I try to mix it up at times and try to do a lot more.
Well, I think as a model, you kind of sort of have to, because I get that response usually. As a model, you kind of have to be that way, and that's pretty much the answer. You don't want to be stereotyped or stagnated into just looking a certain way.
Yes.
But I'm talking about you, the person. What is Lawrence's staple look? I mean, do you tend to, on an average day, are you a jeans and sneakers kind of guy?
Definitely.
Even though you like to get dressed up, but some people just prefer to put on a jacket and suit and tie, every day, even if they don't have to. So I mean, so sort of kind of what's your standard preference?
My personal style is really laid back, honestly. Jeans and t-shirt. If I could wear sweats all day, I would. Definitely the jeans and t-shirt is me. Jeans and t-shirt guy.
Well, that's what I was kind of going for.
Okay,
cool. So, well, tell me a little bit about, as you definitely, as you say, tap into the whole modeling thing, and you may be doing some acting and things like that. So what else is there you kind of want to work on in that whole business?
Well, right now I'm doing some promotional modeling for a company, jacket that I'm wearing now, Connoisseur Paris. They're located in Silver Spring. So definitely I'm tapping into a lot more different markets where, like now, I'm doing promotional modeling, doing companies' website and stuff like that. So I'm tapping into a lot more different things in regards to fashion. So it's opening a lot more doors for me right now, and that's what I'm trying to get accomplished right now, just to build a catalog and then go from there, so I'm marketing myself a lot more.
Well, how do you plan on doing that, or what's some of the ways you're implementing that?
Well, right now I'm trying to get some more photo shoots lined up. I just recently did a photo shoot. I post on Facebook, it's getting a lot of response. I post on Instagram as well, getting a lot of response. So right now I'm just building a catalog. I'm getting photos done. I'm trying to get both casting calls, and I'm going to do as much as possible to hopefully build my brand.
Okay. You cut your answers off like, really? You're like, okay, now what? Okay, relax. Because he gives his answers and he cuts them off. Okay, now what's your next question? Okay,
Well, the work I do, I'm a recruiting manager, so I interview people for a living. So oftentimes I try to keep it direct.
Okay, well, you're definitely keeping it direct. Because you have such a, you end your responses like, and then, and that's it. Okay, now your next question, so that's tripping me out right now. But I got you. So, well, that's very interesting, but I guess with the whole, I kind of got off subject there with the clowning, but with the whole modeling thing and the promotion and things like that. So I guess this is what my question was. A lot of models I see, I don't know if there's a competition. I don't know if there's so many models that are posting photographs, and you know you're always going on a photo shoot. I'm like, but there's so many pictures you can take. I mean, you could go on a photo shoot every day and post pictures every day in different looks or whatever. So is it about really how many pictures you get out there and bombard people or advertisers with photographs, and then maybe that's the key to get noticed? I mean, because that may just take that one particular look that's going to really capture them. So is the the rampant photo shoots, is that really the key? Is that what people are being told, or upcoming models? The more you have in your portfolio, the better? Or I understand keeping it current, but the volume of photographs people are posting.
I don't think it has to do with the volume of pictures you post. I think it's just getting that one or two shot that will stand out.
Right.
So right now, being that I'm a pretty new model, like I don't really consider myself as a model yet. I'm still trying to learn the business.
Right.
So definitely, I'm trying to get more photo shoots in regards to capture that one shot that's going to stand out. Because I have a lot of pictures that are taken by iPhone or taken by by a phone or something like that. That may look good, but to get some professional shots done, and also when you do that too. Taking more pictures with photographers, you're marketing yourself. They might have marketing on their page, and somebody else might see like, oh, this guy looks good in the picture. So it's one way of marketing yourself. So the more shoots you go on, you never know who will see his picture. They're like, you know what, I want to work with this guy. So that's one way of marketing yourself as well.
Wonderful. Well, you kind of shed a little light on that, because I'm so tired of seeing this brother's photo. I mean, damn, we go on a photo shoot every day. You know what I'm saying? Is it the more the better, or is it about quality, or is it about quantity? But you definitely made a point. And I just really like seeing raw, natural pictures. You know, just like picture you out in a park sitting, or just standing really amongst some grass. And those pictures really kind of stand out more realistically, I guess because I do kind of the urban kind of realness thing in what I do. So it's not so much studio, it's not so much the professional pictures. I prefer to post just random, you know, not necessarily selfies, but you know, even good selfies or with a cell phone camera. So for me, but I understand in your position, but when I look for style and a look, I love to see just a camera, a regular cell phone camera, taking of a person sitting in the park reading a newspaper or whatever with a nice outfit on, and that kind of really stands out for me, as opposed to the lighting in the studio. You know, you can make anybody look good in a studio. You know what I'm saying? So
it's funny you say that, because I think I was maybe it was early this year. I wanted to, before I started the shoots, I wanted to get onto like an agency just to help market myself. But when I get on there, their first thing was, we only need professional shots. I didn't have no professional shots. So I was like, okay, well, maybe I have to get some shots done before I can actually submit my information.
Well, yeah, well, definitely that's true. That's definitely on a professional standpoint, that's true. I'm coming from a non-professional standpoint, so I understand what you're saying, but as I look for how I visualize style and fashion, professional studio shoots don't necessarily matter to me. But okay, well, tell everybody how to find you. You talked a little bit about it. Is there anything else you wanted to say about the clothing line you're promoting, and how people can find you, and how you want to, you know, put yourself out here today?
Well, you can find me on Facebook at Laurence Dell, or on Instagram at LG Dell. So it's really easy. Just look me up, Laurence Dell, on Facebook, or if you want to find me on Instagram, it's LG Dell. Other than that, the clothing line that I'm promoting is called Minnesota Paris. You're located in Silver Spring, Maryland. So definitely, it's a boutique where you can get custom-made clothing. You might have a vision of a jacket or a blazer you want to make that you want to stand out in. They're able to do that as well. So their clothing, I think, they're trendy. You will stand out. You won't see like 10 people in your jacket, or you won't see 100 people in your jacket. So that I'm working on that right now, helping them with their marketing. I market myself as well. But other than that, I'm just keep on pushing, keep on working.
Well, I'm sure you're going to get a lot of hits from, hopefully after this. You're definitely going to get a lot of hits and a lot of, well, I wish you the best in that, Laurence, and I appreciate you taking out your time this afternoon. I'm sure you got a lot of other things. The sun is coming back out. It's a gorgeous day, and it's a long rest of the afternoon. We kind of took care of this early afternoon so we can have, you know, I can get my rest of the day on, and so can you. All right, well, this has been another edition of Style Speaks. We're going to thank Laurence for taking out his time today. Until we see you again next time.